Aloha, welcome and bienvenidos to the Tiki Talk Show with Dean and Niri Martini. I'm Dean Martini.
And I'm Niri Martini, and in this episode, we revisit one of our favorite tiki bars, Pineapple Parlor in Galveston, Texas.
We're thrilled to be invited to Pineapple Parlor's second anniversary bash, and this time around, we got behind the scenes with our good friend and Pineapple Parlor owner, Brad Stringer, who gave us all the details of how he brought his tiki vision to life.
Pineapple Parlor is located behind Brad's original bar, Daiquiri Timeout, or DTO, like it's locally known, right? Which is a craft cocktail bar.
And Pineapple Parlor isn't any ordinary tiki bar. It's a tiki speakeasy, so you need to know the password to get in.
Yeah, and we do. So let's slide the door and go to Pineapple Parlor.
Thanks, Brad, for inviting us into your space. So, tell me, how did you get into tiki?
Yeah, well, I think I fell in love with tiki. I don't know the exact year, but I've been in the craft scene for, I guess, coming up on a good 14, 15 years now. And I think once, you start learning the history and going through everything, we got to the tiki era, and I kind of just fell in love with it. And that was always my style of drinks when creating signature cocktails, and just really, really enjoyed everything I read and the culture and the flavors. So I think that's when I started diving deep into tiki.
So, what led you to open up a tiki bar and one that's also a tiki speakeasy?
Yeah, so we opened up Daiquiri Timeout, which is next door, coming up on 9 years ago, and the tiki bar was always in my head before that. We kind of wanted to see what Galveston thought about cocktails in general, right? We wanted to make sure before we went very era specific that we gave people an option from pre-prohibition all the way to modern classics, with a lot of tiki influence on the original, even today's menu. And just to test the waters and see if it was something that people were even into. And then we found out, almost instantly that people loved it. It took a few extra years to get it open because of COVID and everything got pushed back and timelines, and it's going great. I'd always had the vision of like the booths and everything that we have built out. I didn't know it was going to be on the same plot as DTO. It was never, we had looked at some buildings, but we never finalized anything. The speakeasy aspect was never even a part of it in my initial plans, but because the way the buildings lie and the entrance ways, it kind of just made sense. I definitely underestimated the speakeasy aspect and TikTok because that's a lot of people have found out about us through the speakeasy door, the Pineapple door.
So, what's the backstory for Pineapple Parlor?
The name. So my son loves vintage toys and old cartoons. So the name actually comes from a Scooby-Doo episode. So there's an episode, I think it's season 2, episode 6, and their hangout, their little tiki bar is called Pineapple Parlor. And so he helped me come up with that idea a long time ago, and was always just, I was like, whenever we make it happen, that's going to be the name. My son was, I don't know, he was very young, and we watched every episode, and then I saw that we saw it together, and he was like, "Oh, that's a great name." I was like, "It's a fantastic name." So even he would just come up with slogans for us and all kinds of things. Like, the freshest pineapples come from the parlor. I'm like, "You're a marketing genius." Yeah, they're 4 years old.
So, you also have a bridge that leads into the tiki speakeasy and its hidden layer.
We wanted it to be, it's because it's such a small space and limited seating, right? We kind of just wanted it to blow you away. We wanted to under promise, over deliver kind of thing, right? So while DTO has done a great job over the past 9 years doing classic cocktails and continuing to grow, we wanted this one to open up as strong as DTO is doing right now. So it has to match that whole, the level that we're already at.
So you've created here an immersive tiki experience at Pineapple Parlor. So you also have a little bit of a show when you get a volcano bowl. So tell us about that.
Yeah, we'll continue to change it. Probably more Scooby-Doo little snippets here and there, and even with the menus, there'll be a few little tie-ins with some of that as well. Um, but yeah, you know, you get the volcano bowl and the lights dim down and gives you a little Scooby-Doo interaction through the portholes. But yeah, and people they seem to like it. Yeah.
So it's pretty cool all what you can do in the space that you have here because it's not a big space, but you've made the most of it.
Yeah, that was it's good and bad, right? Because the limited seating, and then on the weekends we can go on a wait list, but also we can elevate the cocktails to another level because we only have to take care of that many guests at one time, right? So it kind of gives us an advantage to do some really, really great things as long as you're okay with waiting sometimes on a weekend. Yeah. So
A good tiki bar needs great cocktails and even a greater staff to be able to do that. So, what was your selection process that led you to the bartenders, these tiki cocktail wizards that you have?
yeah, and they were definitely handpicked through because you know most of the staff wanted to have a spot over here, and we handpicked what we thought were going to work the best together and in this atmosphere, and they've done an amazing job. It's I couldn't thank them enough. They've really outdone themselves. So thank you.
Speaking of cocktails, what would you say is Pineapple Parlor's signature cocktail?
So I mean, we have signature drinks on the menu. Um, I think what separates us from other tiki bars and other bars in general is the amount of we do a lot, like besides doing all the syrups and everything, we take it to another level, and like we make our own orange liqueurs, our own allspice jams, right? We make our own like spiced rums because we've all read the same books, we all know the same recipes, right? We all but it's those little twists and turns that can definitely change the flavor while staying true to the classic, right? So I think that's what separates our cocktails.
Now, you have a set menu here. So, can folks get other classic tiki cocktails that may not be on the menu?
As of right now, we're pretty sticking to the menu while we are growing it and expanding it. So I don't know the exact number of cocktails on the menu at the moment, but it's um, we'll continue to grow more classics and more signatures while rotating. So once we start rotating out classics, they'll always be able to be made without being on the menu. Yeah.
Now, another unique aspect of your menu and of Pineapple Parlor is that when you order a cocktail, you also get an appetizer that's paired with the cocktail.
Yeah, that was always in the concept of call it like tiki tapas, being being able to have something to snack on while you indulge, because it's these tiki drinks can be very potent, and we want to make sure everybody kind of has little snacks, or at least have the opportunity to have snacks, because it kind of helps out and makes that bar stool a little more stable.
And can you order more tiki tapas on the side?
On the menu, so yeah, we kind of went more traditional, right? So what more tiki influenced food would be, like the most exotic food at that time would be like Cantonese, Chinese food, so like very Asian influence. We have like chicken skewers, we have like a pineapple fried rice, but we also have some like Hawaiian classics too, like pani popo, which is more like a dessert. um and then we have the spam musubi and stuff like that. So we have options for vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free. We make sure that there is something for everybody. And you can order, yeah, a la carte. They are paired with, we do take some time to like pair what we think goes best with the cocktails. But if you're nice to your bartenders, they'll switch it out for you.
Getting back to the decor, you have some great tiki decor around here. So, did you curate that yourself, or how did that come about?
I drew it out and we talked to my good friend Alex Gonzalez, who's our contractor, and he just saw the vision immediately, and he was all about it. So shout out to Tiki G, he did an amazing job. Thank you. Um, we were very hands on as well with the build out and making doing the router work in the wood and picking out all the bamboo and just everything, kind of making the tiles. As far as decor, I had a lot saved up already, but we went locally to the nautical store where we found a lot of fun stuff, as well as Tiki Lee in Vegas, some friends in Hawaii who sent us some really cool stuff. Mitzi, he's an amazing person. And then you always got to find those marketplace finds that kind of tie it all together.
So where did you get your inspiration for the decor that you have?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's always going to be inspiration, right? Whether you know it or not. Like we go to tiki bars and we're like, oh, that's beautiful, right? And that's always going to be stuck in the back of your head. So yeah, I mean, if you ask me if I have my favorite tiki bars and like their ambiance, I do. I mean, we always have to shout out Lalo, the Houston legends, the Texas tiki scene. Then Tiki Tatsuya opened up with an amazing decor. But yeah, we go to Vegas every once in a while, and we love the classic style of Frankie's, but then Golden Tiki is probably one of my favorites for sure. Just all around bars.
So what would you say is your favorite tiki art piece here in the bar?
Well, as far as the tiki gods and everything in here, Lono is very, very much the one who you see around multiple times. But this might be one of my favorite pieces. This was done by Mitzi in Hawaii. It took him six months, hand carved. It tells a story about his whole family. And yes, we've never had to actually use it, but it's a great piece to talk about. So it's made out of koa wood, and this just it is very, very heavy. But he designed a story that goes from his great grandparents all the way down, and just tells a story about his family. And he comes down and hangs out with us every once in a while.
So can you tell us about the wood carving behind the bar?
Yeah. So this was, well, I like to tell people it's from the Balinese room, but it's not. It's one of those marketplace finds. It is. It's just one of those. It's a lucky finds, right? That, this couple had it since I think they said the 70s. And you can find smaller pieces like this, but to have this large of the carving is, I've never seen another one like that, because it's teak. So it's teak. It's one piece of teak, which is, I don't know, it's so hard to find something that large. Yeah.
So you mentioned the Balinese. So was that part of the inspiration for the bar?
Yeah, I mean, we're across the street from the Macios, right? And Connie is a good friend, and we've all read the history in the Balinese, and we just brought back classic cocktails to the island, right? It's not like there wasn't a history of the Turf Club and the Balinese Room and all these amazing bars that were doing cocktails. So we just brought back classics, and we were hoping that everybody was still interested. And yeah, so far so good.
So are there any plans to expand any further?
I mean, there's always stuff in my head going on, right? It's as far as expand this bar, I don't know. This will probably stay the same size. It's plans for other things on the island. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so mahalo for inviting us into this immersive Tiki Speakeasy.
Thank you for all your support so far. If you haven't checked us out, we're here, Galveston, Texas, 2701 Market Street. You can get the code by signing up for our newsletter at DTO Galveston, and it changes every 6 to 7 weeks. You can follow, all the cool stuff that we're doing at Daiquiri Timeout, and get all the information for Pineapple Parlor as well. So thank you again. Hope to see you soon.
Brad really has everything thought out. And even though Pineapple Parlor is in a small space, it works so well.
Yeah, it does. And he's not stopping there. Brad and his crew keep coming up with ways to top themselves off, whether it's with cocktails, food, or tiki events.
Speaking of events, let's go check out the party for Pineapple Parlor's 2nd anniversary.
Mm-hmm. That party was such a blast. The food, the drinks. Yes.
They really outdid themselves this year, and I'm really happy for their success. They're doing
Yeah,
so well.
they are. That takes us to our PSA, people. Support your local tiki bars. We want them to continue giving us escapism, and we all need it right now.
And we want to congratulate everyone at Pineapple Parlor, Mel, Curtis, Brittany, and the whole crew for taking care of us during this last visit.
We especially want to thank Brad and Sarah for welcoming us into their space, like they always do, right? They're awesome.
During the Tiki Fiesta, we got to see some friends from other tiki bars and events, and we even got to do some shopping.
I love me some shopping.
Yes, we know, we know. It's your favorite part next to the cocktails.
You know me so well.
Well, I'd like to think so. Speaking of shopping, we picked up some new additions that are now part of the Manukai Tiki Room right here where we record the show.
Yeah, mahalo to our amiga Lichka of Tiki 66 Boutique for my beautiful flowers, my earrings, my beautiful bag.
The bag, yes.
The bag.
And mahalo to our friends from Tiki Novelties for this fun port light, the Scooby-Doo mask, and classic Don Beachcomber driftwood sign. Andy and his wife are doing some amazing work with a 3D printer, probably some of the best work I've seen, along with Tiki 66, who we also got a cool moai lamp from right over here. And also thanks to Bayou Rob for a unique shrunken head necklace.
Y muchas gracias to Brad Tiki Sharp Parker for the Broken Idol Tiki mug. It comes broken, so this way I don't have to do it.
You know, actually, I've noticed some missing tiki mugs lately.
Ugh. Anyway, so that's our show for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
I guess we'll see you next time on the Tiki Talk Show with Dean and Niri Martini. Mahalo.
Gracias. So what do you think? Do you think that's good?
Yeah, I liked it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to do it again or no?
No, I think we're good. Yeah.
I think it's okay. Yeah. Okay.
Just okay? Are you sure?
I think it was fine. It was okay, better than fine. It was great. It was amazing.
All right, there you go. That's what I want to hear. All
Let's
right.
get to drinking.
Some cocktails going. Here we go.
Cheers.
Cheers. So good. Do it again. It's good.